Hello there, friends. It's April and it's already February, and we know what that means. It's the love month. So I will pause the journaling video for now because I want to share something that you might be interested in giving for this Valentine's Day. So this one is called Carnation Paper Flower. So for the past few days, I've been making paper flowers in preparation for Valentine's Day. And these will be available in the shop and for pre-orders. A little fun fact about myself. So I discovered paper flowers about 5 or 6 years ago. I was browsing in a bookstore about crafting and hobbies books, and then I found out this paper flowers. I'll try to find that book and link it below. And so when I saw that book, I was really happy to know that I can create flowers out of papers, because if you know me, I cannot grow any plant at all. Although I was really happy because last year I was able to grow basil, and that was really a big achievement for me. But a few years ago, I was really a plant killer, even if it's a succulent or a very low maintenance plant. So when I found out about paper flowers, it was really liberating, and it was like a eureka moment at that point. Just knowing the thought that I can display flowers in my room or anywhere in my house, or give it as a gift, it was something that I was really happy about. And so I practiced and I kind of researched about paper flowers, and few years after that, I hosted a paper flower workshop. And so I think I had few workshops. Here in the Philippines, we are also very abundant with flowers. However, they are not usually the same from the photos I see in the internet or from the books that I was learning paper flowers. Although I'm quite familiar with some of them, but some of them are just so pretty, but I haven't really seen them natural. Just like, for example, this one, it's a peony. So this one is a very beautiful photos based from the very beautiful flower based from the photos that I see. Well, I haven't really seen one here, or at least growing in the Philippines. So anyway, what I'm gonna share with you is this flower. So it's called Carnation. It's very simple, and I also like this flower, or at least in real life. So they are very dainty and pretty and very easy to make. So let's get on with how to make Carnation's paper flower. Alright, so here are the materials you will be needing for the paper flower carnation. So first, you will need this one. It's a floral wire. I'm not sure if there's another term for this, but I suggest you get the thicker one. If you see a thicker one, then you go get those. There are other colors than white, but it wouldn't matter because we will cover it with floral tape. The floral tape, I believe there are other colors. So if you can see one that is lighter, something like this, like an olive green, then that's also another choice. There's also a white one, but I prefer the color greens because they will serve as your stem. So just like this one. So you can either use the dark one or the light one. So that's your choice. Then the next one is a crepe paper. So the carnation petals are made out of a crepe paper. You can find this in your local bookstores or any school supplies. They are very affordable and comes in different colors. So what else? For your tools, you will be needing scissors and a wire cutter. But if you don't have this, a pliers or an extra scissor that is just meant for your wire is good enough. Now, I would suggest to use a different scissors for your wires because it will eventually damage your scissors. So make sure you don't use your favorite scissors if in case you have one. Alright, so those are the things that you will be needing for the paper flowers, and now I'll show you how. Alright, so first we're gonna cut the floral wire into two. You can use the entire wire, however I wanted a smaller flower, so I'm just cutting it into two, and I will wrap it with a floral tape. So what I'm doing here is I'm positioning the floral tape vertically, and I'm just twisting it from the top, making sure that the wire is covered. Now once the floral tape is secure enough, I'm just twisting it downwards. Now the floral tape activates its stickiness once you stretch it. Just make sure you're not stretching it too much because it will be torn apart. Now the trick here with covering the wire with the floral tape is you try to position your floral tape vertically so you cover as much wire and you're using less tape. So that's actually just making it efficient and cost effective. So now let's go to the petals. Now I'm usually just eyeballing my crafts, so there's no specific measurement that I'm actually following. But for the sake of it, let's just say I'm cutting about 1.5 inch from the crepe paper. So this is just my scratch, but just imagine that it is from the long crepe paper, unfolded one, and then I'm just cutting it about 1.5 inch. So after you're done cutting the strips of crepe paper, let's make a fringe border at the bottom of the crepe paper. So try cutting in small distances, and I'm just cutting it about 3/4 of the entire height of the crepe paper. And since I'm using a thin crepe paper, I'm just doing this in one go. So as you can see, it's okay to cut the entire batch of crepe paper even if they're not aligned with each other. But the trick here is you just cut small spaces in between, and it's also okay if you like cut more than 3/4 and some of them are just half of the width or the height of the crepe paper. Now that I'm done making the fringe borders, I'm just separating all the papers or the crepe papers just so to create more layers on the petal of the carnation. So now I'm done separating the papers. I'm just folding it into two. You can also do it fold it a bit smaller. Now I'm folding it already because it's faster to roll onto the stem or onto the wire. However, you don't want to fold it into a very small size that the petals or the fringe are quite doesn't have any space anymore. I'm not sure if I'm making any sense or if that was clear enough. So anyway, this is the first batch from the crepe paper that we just fringed. Now you can probably make 2, 3 to 4 batches depending on how much you can hold with your fingers while you're actually wrapping it with floral tape. So here you can see I'm doing another batch. So I think I'm doing a three batches for the petals here. If this is your first time to make paper flowers, so the main challenge here is actually adjusting your fingers with the floral tape and wrapping the petals or the wire with it. But it just takes a little practice and knowing how your finger fits properly with the tape or how you're rolling it. So like let's say in my case, I'm a right-handed. However, I think I use my left more often. I'm not sure why, maybe because I'm frustrated left-handed. But as you can see here, I'm using my left hand or my two fingers while I'm using my right fingers to hold the floral tape, and the left one is the one moving around or moving the floral tape around. Does that make sense? So anyway, but the point here is all you have to do is just find out which hand you are more comfortable when it comes to wrapping your wire or wrapping the floral tape around your wire. And this is the third batch of the petals. Now you can make more batches, or like you can make this a bit thicker. So it's also nice for a flower to create different varieties. So you can create small ones and then a little bit bigger and then thinner or thicker, because real flowers are very much imperfect, and that's the beauty of it. Now the only problem when you add so much petals here is the bottom part of the petal. As you can see there, it will become very bulky, so eventually you'll have a hard time wrapping it together with the wire, because at the bottom part you won't have enough body for the stem to hold or to wrap your tape. Also, your hands might get a bit sticky eventually because of the floral tape. So if that happens, all you need to do is just put powder, baby powder on your hand, or sometimes I just have a towel or a cloth beside me, and then every time that I feel that my hands are sticky enough, then I'll just wipe it out. And there you go, friends, you just made your very first paper flower, and this one is the easiest one actually. So now that you're done, all you have to do is just crumple the petals just so to create a little bit more of imperfections and to give a little personality, I think, because if you won't crumple the petals, it kind of look like it's very straight, and it doesn't really feel like it's a carnation flower. So you can create different sizes, different heights, and you can make a lot of this in different colors as well. I hope this gives you a good idea what to give on Valentine's Day for your friends, loved ones, or special someone. Now, I'm not saying this can replace the real flowers, but this can last them a little longer than the real ones. Plus, if you create them yourselves, then it just gives you a extra points, I guess. So anyway, so here's one of the bouquets that will be available for pre-orders in this shop. So I added carnation with the peony, sweet pea, and two other leaves, so as one bouquet. I would really love to see how you make your carnation paper flower. Now you can tag me on Instagram, or you can leave a comment below where I can see them. And if you have questions, if you're having a problem how to make this, then just feel free to ask away, and I'd be happy to answer them as much as I can. Thank you very much for watching my very first video for this month, and I hope you find this easy and I explain it well enough that you are able to understand them. If you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you click that like button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do click the subscribe button and the bell beside it too. See you again on my next video. Bye!